Hi, this is Edna Castillo here. Um, gosh, this is going to be the seventh talk regarding the power of decision. And today's talk is regarding deciding to be creative. I love this. I love this because sometimes we think about creativity about somebody that's an artist, a singer, a dancer, somebody that basically, they do some type of artwork, right? Well, creativity is just who we are and how we express ourselves. Deciding to be creative calls for us remaining curious as to what's going on in our lives and how we can expand ourselves and our growth within who we are. And what Raymond Charles Barker says about it is um, we are in the mind inexhaustible, meaning we are in the universe. We are in this beautiful essence that God created, that infinite intelligence created. The infinite never rests in its laurels. It never stops creating for a moment. It expects us to do the same. Expects us to fully be alive, using our curiosity to feed new ideas into our consciousness. God never made a dull person. It never created an average person. It never created a satisfied person. We are a becoming people. We are growth people. We are expanding people. We are made in the image and likeness of the infinite. Thinker, forever thinking, the new in an atmosphere of love and givingness. This thinker never retreats within itself, never ceases to be itself. Always, its action in us is constant, seeking expression by means of us. Knowing ourselves aright, we fulfill ourselves by being ourselves at the highest level of progressive expansion possible. So, what he's saying is that we are here to be alive and to really learn from life. When life brings us into any situation, the first thing to really put out there is, why, or just stay curious as to where the lessons are. I know that when I was going through the cancer journey, that was one of the primary things that I thought about. I wonder why this number one. I wonder what is happening and why this is happening. There is no cancer in my family previously, so what is evolving? What is it that is here to teach me? And in that discovery, I said, well, maybe I have a book in me. Maybe I'm supposed to write a book about um, my experience. And in the process of the 11-month journey, I did write a book. Here it is. I have a book that I am editing now, and I am going to be publishing. So there was, rather than standing by the sidelines and being in the energy of illness, I decided to turn it around and be curious about what it is that it was telling me. And some of these chapters, I have to tell you, they were really inspired by spirit. I read them as I'm editing now. I read them now, and I'm really in awe of what was written. So my recommendation to you, my invitation to you is stay curious as to what's going on in your life. We're here to grow. That is the purpose of being alive, right? Being birth. Just like um, Charles Raymond Charles Barker says, God doesn't stop creating, right? He continues to create babies and nature, and it's just there's the evolution of everything. So why would we want to just sit in our laurels and not continue to grow? That's what we're here for. As a matter of fact, when we just sit in our laurels, there's monotony and there's boredom and there's just the standing still, which then creates illness. So I invite you to continue to be creative, think of different ways of being creative, and not necessarily by painting or doing music, although if that's what you're called to do, obviously go ahead and do it. But just by being curious as to what it is that you're here to create, what is the purpose of, how are you here to serve other people? That is something that I truly believe, that we are all here in service of one another, to learn from one another and to grow with each other, to love, to grow in love with life and within us in community. So again, this is a great opportunity for me to just tell you that I love you very much. And I really, really hope that these 8 sessions of, deciding, right, the power of decision, are serving you in ways that, seek you to discover what it is inside of you. I know that one of the things that I wanted to talk about was when I was thinking about how would I will approach this subject is, many of us have set goals for ourselves. And as soon as we reach this goal, we then set another one, and then set another one, and then set another one. And that's how we evolve and grow. That is exactly what this chapter is saying. Just stay creative on how you are to evolve. Even our own DNA, there's a spiral in the DNA that we have. And so in our own DNA, it's a demonstration of how there's a spiral in our lives of our own becoming. So as you continue to grow and take steps to being the person that you want to be, you'll then discover, oh my gosh, there's another part of me, and there's another part of me. And that's what you're here for. It's an exciting thing to be alive. So I love you very much. And I'll see you on Wednesday.